Hey guys, I'm going to make a short video about a very rare action figure that I got recently that I've been looking for over 30 years. This is the very rare blank action figure from the 1990 Dick Tracy Playmates line. When I was a little boy, I was 9 years old, the Dick Tracy film came out and it was really pushed hard everywhere. And the figures came out in stores, and as a young man, I was just totally enraptured by these figures. They're really great kind of caricature of gangsters. Even before the film came out, I remember my parents getting me, I probably had 4 or 5 of these ultimately. But the figure that I wanted most was the one you see on the back of the card there, and the one I have right here, the blank, which had the cool black trench coat and the faceless, appearance to it, obviously. And you were just kind of curious about this character. Well, everywhere you looked in stores, and I specifically remember this when I was young, you could never find this figure. Well, what I've read basically happened is the figure, because it has a removable mask, the figure gives away a key plot point from the film. If you see the film, at the end of the movie, you find out this character who kind of talks with a voice disguiser, and you think it's a man, of course. You find out it's a woman, and it's in fact Breathless Mahoney, who's played by Madonna in the film. Well, because the toys came out before the movie, if you release a figure like this, then that gives away a major part of the plot. So they didn't want to do that. So the manufacturers, I believe, pulled this toy from the shipments so that would not give away part of the film. And then I think, so I've read, they intended to maybe release it later in the fall after the movie came out in the summer. But they were not able to do that, maybe because they had too many of the figure and they didn't want to send a shipment just of those because, toy sellers weren't going to do it. So they just ceased manufacturing of the figure. So I've read there may have been only 3,000 or so of these released. If you look on eBay for this figure, it goes on the card in the thousands. And it's not one that you often find loose. I found it at a local toy store and paid what I thought was a fair price just for this loose version of the figure, which does include the mask. I always kind of wondered why maybe they did not just make the figure, if they wanted to be able to sell it, just kind of make it with a molded on version of this mask and just not have it as a removable feature, and that way you would have been able to sell it without giving anything away. The figure is really cool. The one that I have is in good condition. It's a bit different. Of course, it's the only female. It's a bit different from the other figures in the line, at least in that she cannot sit down. You don't have, the trench coat is a hard plastic here, so you can't have her in a sitting position. But other than that, she swivels at the waist, she swivels at the wrist, has a very little bit of leg movement, very little bit of head movement. But it's a great figure, and one I just wanted to kind of show off because as a moderate toy collector and as a big Dick Tracy fan, this was a figure I had been looking for a long, long time. So anyway, guys, that's basically it. I wanted to show off this blank figure that is a very rare figure. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.